tells me that Cody Rhodes doesn't love Solo. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Kevin Zwicker from Fast Count coming at you. And before I get into this video, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe. Guys, we are only a little bit over 50 subs away from 2,000. So if you could hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, it would be much appreciated. But tonight was a very Bloodline eccentric show. It feels like I've said this a million different times. But tonight opens up with Jey Uso. As we all know, he is the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble winner. So he is on the show to weigh his options to determine which champion he's going to challenge at WrestleMania. He opens the show and he talks about how much love he's been receiving this week from the fans, from the people in the back, from his family. And he introduces Cody Rhodes. And Cody Rhodes starts the promo like he always does. But what do you guys want to talk about? And he starts breaking down, this trip that he took to the doctor, all these different nicks and knacks injuries that he's been receiving. But the one thing that his doctor, didn't diagnose him with is a full heart, because that's how he feels with the fact that Jey Uso has won the Royal Rumble. Also brings up the fact that his doctor is a nice guy, but he's not the WWE champion. So Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, they start talking about how they have all this love for each other. And if Jey Uso decides that he wants to go against Cody Rhodes, that basically it is what it is. Then they get interrupted by Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga. Tama Tonga does a thing like he always does. I have no reason why the guy does it, but he does it, and I enjoy it. And you have Jacob Fatu looking at Cody Rhodes, and he tells him, "You took that championship away from my family." He looks at Jey Uso, calls him big cousin. If you look at the two, you would have no idea that Jey Uso and his brother are 7 years older than Jacob Fatu, but they are. And he brings up the fact that's like, you know what, man, big cousin, you sure as hell ain't going to be the guy who's going to bring the championship back to this family. We get a brawl between these four individuals. At the end of the night, we have Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso lay out Jacob Fatu. We get a match set up for the main event in tonight's show. Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga take the L, but more than anything that happened in the match, we get the return of Solo Sikoa, and he appears in the same hoodie that he did when he made his main roster debut at Clash of Champions, where he held Roman Reigns out. And it's looking like we are going to get another go-round of Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa. Now, things are on the road to WrestleMania, but we do need a little bit of stopgap time before we get from here to there. As we all know, the Elimination Chamber is going down a few weeks from now, but with Solo returning, I was interested in the direction of where they were going to go when it comes to Solo, because after he lost Tribal Combat, he looked as if he was a man who was defeated, man who was humbled, a man without a tribe. And the fact that once the show ended, we didn't see Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu aligned with Solo. We didn't see them all throwing up the ones. We didn't see any of that stuff going down. We just saw Solo being Dolo in the middle of the ring. Now, I think where this is going to head is we might get a little stopgap promo between Solo and Cody Rhodes in the meantime before we get to WrestleMania. But I think that we're going to possibly get a Jacob Fatu versus Solo match at WrestleMania, because I'm thinking that Jey Uso is going to pick Gunther. This foundation has been laid down for that. And I'm thinking we're going to have John Cena win the Elimination Chamber match. So he is going to be the guy who's going to challenge Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, leaving Solo, who has been a guy who has really been on the mainstay of the show for the majority of last year going into this year. I think that he's going to have a big-time match with Jacob Fatu, because Jacob Fatu, he just has this champion cologne on right now. He is a champion without a champion's belt. He has been on a roll lately, and having this foundation laid down between Solo and Cody Rhodes and Fatu and all these different guys, I think that the only logical way to go, if you want to have Jacob Fatu on the card and you want to have Solo Sikoa on the card, is have them go one-on-one with each other and have Jacob Fatu pick up a decisive win against Solo. It would be similar to, I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Black Panther, but when you had Chadwick Boseman and you had Michael B. Jordan fight for the title of the Black Panther, and you had T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman, take a massive L to Michael B. Jordan, it would be similar to that. You just take the king out of the game, and you have Jacob Fatu start up his own bloodline. I don't know what the hell's going on with Hikuleo. It feels as if he's been signed for months, and I don't know where the guy's at. I'm starting to think that maybe he isn't signed. But every single dirt sheet writer that I've seen, they've said that he's been under contract for a while, and I don't know when that day is going to come where he's going to play a factor, but I could see it playing a factor in this new Jacob Fatu bloodline, if that's the direction that they want to go. But let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Are you happy that Solo Sikoa is back? Where do you see the directions going, with Solo back? Do you see us potentially getting a Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa match at WrestleMania? Or do you think I'm just blowing, hot smoke? Let me know in the comment section. And like I said before, guys, liking the video helps a lot. And if you feel, nice enough to hit the subscribe button, it would be much appreciated on my end. I am Kevin Zwicker. I'm out.